Have you ever wondered why the power goes out so often, especially during storms or heat waves? It feels like our modern world should have a more reliable system, right? Well, the surprising truth is that much of the American power grid is over 100 years old. Let's dive into why the century-old system is still running our lives. Back in the late 1800s and early 1900s, visionaries like Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla were building the very first electrical grids. They laid down thousands of miles of wires, built power plants, and installed transformers. Their design was revolutionary for its time, based on large, centralized power stations that send electricity over long distances to cities and towns. This model worked wonders for electrifying a nation and powering the Industrial Revolution. It was a marvel of engineering, so why haven't we completely overhauled it? One of the biggest reasons is simply the sheer scale and cost. The U.S. power grid is one of the most complex machines ever built, with over 7,000 power plants and millions of miles of transmission and distribution lines. Upgrading this entire network would be an astronomical undertaking, costing trillions of dollars. It's like trying to rebuild every single road in the country all at once. It's just not financially or logistically feasible to do it overnight. Another major factor is regulation. The electricity market is a complex web of public utilities, private companies, and government oversight at the local, state, and federal levels. This creates a slow-moving, bureaucratic environment. Getting approval for new projects, like building modern high-voltage direct current lines that are more efficient over long distances, can take years, if not decades. Everyone has to agree, and that's a tough hurdle to clear. Also, the old system has a certain kind of baked-in reliability. It's decentralized in a way, or rather, regionalized. If one part of the country has a major blackout, it doesn't necessarily take down the entire nation thanks to interconnections that can be managed and isolated. While this system shows its age during extreme weather, its fundamental design has proven remarkably resilient for 100 years. However, the times are changing, and the pressure is on. The rise of renewable energy sources like solar and wind is a huge challenge for the old grid. The original design was built for a consistent, predictable flow of power from a few large plants. But wind doesn't always blow, and the sun doesn't always shine. This variability puts a lot of stress on a system that wasn't designed for it. So, what's the path forward? We're not going to tear down the old grid and start from scratch. Instead, we're seeing a gradual, piece-by-piece evolution. This is where the concept of the smart grid comes in. A smart grid uses digital technology to make the system more efficient, reliable, and responsive. It involves things like smart meters in your home that communicate with the utility, advanced sensors on power lines to detect problems early, and better software to manage the flow of electricity from diverse sources, including your own rooftop solar panels. We're also seeing the growth of microgrids, smaller, localized power grids that can operate independently from the main grid. A hospital, a university campus, or even a neighborhood could have its own microgrid, powered by a mix of solar, batteries, and generators. During a major blackout, these microgrids could disconnect and keep the lights on for their local community. So, while the core of America's power system is a relic from a bygone era, it's not standing still. It's slowly but surely being upgraded and modernized. The transition is complex and expensive, but it's happening. The grid of the future will be a hybrid, a blend of the old, reliable infrastructure with new, smart, and flexible technology. It's a massive challenge, but it's essential for powering our 21st century lives. Thanks for watching! If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the systems that run our world. See you next time.